Jared Cameron here at the South African Embassy. We're celebrating the 125th anniversary of the National Council of the Women of the U.S.
At this time, I would like to have the Consul General of the South African Mission to please come up and to greet you officially in his house. I'm going to call him Ambassador George.
It's short.
Lord, thank you. And I just want to maybe like to acknowledge the organizers of this event. I think we're very proud to have you here. And I have learned that you have a history with the consulate in the past.
Yes.
So I hope that your experiences were wonderful and that this will be a reconnection, and a reaffirmation of the good friendship that we have, with the council.
Thank you.
So this is really appreciated. And let me also acknowledge the diplomatic corps that is here this evening. I know that we have the Ambassador of Zambia, Ambassador Chabala, who is with us
Well,
here.
I wish you would come forward so they
If you can come forward so that they can see you. And we have the Deputy Permanent Representative of Sri Lanka. If you can please step forward so that they can see what you want to do. And I saw my fellow colleague, the Consul General of Singapore, Consul General Lin. If you can also step forward. So we can But I think, as most of you know, thank you very much. I just really wanted to appreciate it. I think most importantly, people who are here this evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I'm not supposed to be giving a speech because I know that...
This is your house. You can do what you want to do.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I leave enough time. But I think it would be amiss of me, just to forget and, the fact that we have to congratulate you for the wonderful philanthropic work that you continue to do, particularly within South Africa. It is a great belief from our government that it is only through joint efforts between civil society, between the government, between the private sector, and between the international community that we can only begin to address some of the challenges that we face. And I believe that it is important to ensure that we really put our efforts into addressing issues related to poverty, particularly when it pertains to the eradication of poverty throughout the world. And I think it is only through philanthropic efforts that we can always begin to lift those who need the conditions of living to be improved. And I think with these efforts, you have really gone a long way in terms of ensuring that we do get the necessary support as South Africa. This is an international community, and by joining our hands, I hope we will continue to turn this into a better world for all. We thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to introduce you to the chairperson for the reception and ask her if she would be kind enough to introduce some of our other dignitaries that are here. I would be so happy to introduce them to you. And we will start off with our awardee.
Hello. We would like to start calling to come forward Dr. Eleanor Baum, Dean Emerita of the Albert Jerkin School of Engineering. The next will be Dr. Catherine Sheroli. Is she here? Can she come forward, please? Oh, there she is, yeah. something about her. Dr. Catherine Sheroli is the director of Susan B. Anthony Center for Women's Leadership and the Laboratory of Interpersonal Violence and Victimization, Associate Professor of Psychiatry at the University of Rochester, an attorney with a doctorate in criminal justice. Dr. Sheroli has long been at the forefront of issues related to domestic violence and child abuse. She was formerly an assistant district attorney in Monroe County, New York, where she created Special Misdemeanor Domestic Violence Unit in 1995. And I have Miss Wendy Abengol Wart. Is she here? Wendy? Yeah. Yes. May I just introduce her a little bit, briefing of her. Wendy is the founding partner of Inclusion Strategy, a firm dedicated to transformative inclusion that drives greater innovation and market share. She has 20-year record of achievement with Fortune 500 corporations, nonprofit organizations, and the public sector. Has advanced inclusion of many organizations, including the New York City Department of Administrative Service, citywide EEO, and diversity, the Global Health Fellows Program, the Public Health Institute, FedEx Freight Incorporated, the New York State Department of Transportation, and more. So there she is. The next lady we're going to call up front is Dr. Patricia Flynn. Is she here? Okay, Dr. Patricia, Professor Patricia Ann Flynn, PhD, is Trustee Professor of Economics and Management at Bentley University, where she served as Dean at the McCallum Graduate School of Business from 1992 to 2002. Dr. Flynn's research and teaching focus on technology, basic economic development, corporate governance, and women in business. Her publications including Technology, Life Cycles, and Human Resources, and Turbulence in the American Workplace. There she is. And I have the attention of Marianne, the key speaker. Is she here? Oh! Bravo! Bravo! Marianne Virgilio is the key planner in the University of Rochester's Office of Trusts and States, where she has served for 10 years. Marianne has devoted 40 years to the nonprofit sector, including work with colleges and universities, social service agencies, and healthcare organizations. She presently serves on the board of directors of the University of Rochester Women's Club, where she also chairs the Scholarships Committee as a director of the Allergy Advocacy Association and with her church. The next one I would like to call out the front is Dr. Martha Burke. Dr. Martha Burke is political psychologist and women's issues expert, is currently host producer of Equal Time with Martha Burke, a weekly national public affairs radio commentary originating at KSFR Public Radio in Santa Fe. She's the director of the Corporate Accountability Project for the National Council of Women's Organizations, one of the nation's largest coalitions of women's groups, collectively representing 10 million women. She also serves as the money editor for Ms. Magazine, as she is frequent front page blogger. Thank you. The next one I would like to be out front is Sally Rovich Wagner. Sally? Ms. Wagner. Dr. Wagner will share insights into the issues faced by Anthony, Cady Stanton, and Page in the 1800s, showing how the early suffragists approach these issues and drawing conclusions about what women and the men who support this work need to do next.
Yes.
I would like to get the attention of the great-granddaughter of the expectation of the National Council of Women. And if I can get her attention. Colleen Jenkins. Oh, there she is.
Thank you. I would like this flag to show. I'm very proud of it. I want to thank the real president. I want to thank Mary. I want to thank Maxine for inviting me here tonight. I wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't for this wonderful woman who works harder than anybody I know. She's everywhere. And Mary is your fearless leader for a decade. And I started my entire career with, some of you know, with the National Women's Political Caucus. Some of you were members. And we worked hard to get women's rights. We marched for the ERA. We marched with Shirley Chisholm and Bella Abzug, and we went to Seneca Falls. And so this wonderful organization continues a tradition. And I know some of you, there are statues of some women in our city, but we need more statues of more women in our city. And I just want to say, I know March 10th is a special day for one particular historic woman, and we need others. But just, I wanted to say thank you because my history is one in which we keep the tradition alive. And sometimes you get caught up, understandably, with other issues, the housing and the schools and so many other things that are day to day. But I appreciate being here more than I can say, because I don't want to forget our history, and I want to work with you to continue it and to find ways that we can come together. So it's very special to be here at the South African Mission and to know that this is going to be continued worldwide. Yes.
So, and we always think, I'm very excited about Patrick Gaspard, of course, being in South Africa and being our representative there. But anyway, just thank you for inviting me. I can't wait to work with you on so many different issues. This organization stands for a lot of history and something that we want to continue. Thank you so, so much.
Bravo.
Thank you very much, and we are finished, so just enjoy the rest of the evening, and good luck to the National Council of Women. Thank you so much.
Let's interview some of the guests and check out how they're enjoying the event. Jared Cameron here. We're at the South African Embassy. We're here with Catherine Cerulli. Thank you for taking the time for us to do this quick interview. So while I was listening to them speak about you, I heard about the crisis nursery. Yes. Could you please explain a little bit about that? Because it actually sounds very interesting, so I want to know a little bit more about that.
Sure. Crisis nurseries are designed to offer parents 24/7 care for their children in a time when they're having a parenting crisis and they can't offer their own children care. It could be they're involved in a criminal justice event, illness, they could be postpartum depression, a death in the family, an illness, and what happens is the crisis nursery is staffed by a professional coupled with a volunteer, and they offer care for the children until the parents can resume caring for their children. The ultimate goal is to create a second family for these kids to receive care and to try to reduce the incidence of children either being lost in the shuffle of an emergency or worst case scenario left alone or something.
Wow. Where did you come up with this idea?
I actually did. My son was born with colic in 1999, and one of my college roommates, Woody, said to me, "Oh, you need a crisis nursery." And I said to her, "I've never even heard of that." So we started to investigate with anyone in our community, and we started with coffee at a coffee shop with a bunch of moms, and in 2006 the doors opened, and this year the Center for Youth took over the not-for-profit, and we're now together, and Center for Youth is now caring for kids birth into their 20s.
Well, that sounds great. Again, thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and I really hope that continues to expand more. And it was great having you here. It was great meeting you as well. I've never met you before. This is the first time, so keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. So I'm here with Gail Brewer at the South African Embassy. This is the Manhattan Borough President. Thank you for stopping by and speaking with us. So just one question really. What does it take to be the Manhattan Borough President?
Actually, it's the women whom I knew as the head in the 1980s of the National Women's Political Caucus who helped me get here. Because in the 1980s, I got elected to this organization, which is very similar to the women here. And we help women get elected all around the United States. Bella Abzug was around then, Shirley Chisholm was around then, Geraldine Ferrara was around then. And we went all over New York State. Sometimes there'd be one woman in the county elected, no women of color. And then fast forward to 2001, and I was running for the city council. Same women, National Women's Political Caucus members, and they helped me get into the city council for 12 years. And now it's fast forward to last year, 2013. Same time Mayor de Blasio was running and others.
Right.
And I ran for the Manhattan Borough President against other women and men.
Right.
And I won because of the women. And it's the women who started with me I can't believe it. I know half the women in this room from all the work I've done with the Equal Rights Amendment or parents or, fighting for, years ago, people who answered the telephone, like 411, they weren't allowed to go to the bathroom. So we used to fight for that. They would say, no, you can't go to the bathroom till your shift is over, 5 hours. So we fight for that. So all of these women we've been fighting with and advocating with for many, many years. And so I'm really happy to be here tonight because I feel like it's a sisterhood and we're still fighting.
Yeah.
But it's a nice, wonderful atmosphere here at the South African Consul.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for stopping by with us. I really appreciate it. Is there anything that you're looking forward to maybe completing this year or just bringing more awareness? Is there any one or two things that really stands out to you?
The Manhattan Borough President works on zoning changes, figuring out about land use. We appoint 600 community board members who work on budgets and schools. But the real issue is how do you make our neighborhoods better? And that has a lot to do with people, how do you balance, women in particular, your work and your family? And in a big, complicated city, it's expensive. So how do you do it? You still want the child care, you want the affordable rent or mortgage. And we try to do that. We try to make families and individuals make New York accessible.
Right. Well, thank you, Gail, for stopping by with us. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
I'm here with the president of the National Council of Women of the U.S., and this is Mary Singletary. Thank you, Mary Singletary, for taking this moment with us to do the interview. So please just explain to me a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, the National Council of Women of the United States is organized by affiliates. We have 8 affiliates of organizations that has the same focus and mission as the National Council. And what we try to do is to combine efforts to put on projects, to give it more strength and to give it more umph, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
One last question. What could the average person do to kind of help you guys in your efforts? Maybe charity work to just research and helping to, maybe donate or anything like that?
Well, we would like for the funds. That's the most important part.
Of course.
But if you have some special skills that would be beneficial to the organization, that's very helpful.
Okay.
Very helpful. There's always something to be done.
Right.
And so I would be very happy to receive the funds that could be used appropriately for any one of our projects. If the funds are designated to go here,
Right.
I guarantee you it will go there.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mary. It was great meeting you.
All right.
And more luck in the next decade, maybe? Thank you so much.